All right, I feel like from number 10 that on the previous video we made the biggest deal about that. How could you have found the solution to the system from the table you made without graphing? Yeah, I think we highlighted that and everything. So our next goal will be to develop an algebraic method for solving a system of equations. On 11, it says, write the result you got earlier when you solved the second equation for y. Okay, that was y equals negative 2x plus 16. Done. If you look at it the right way, this provides another name for y, the right side of the equation. Substitute that for y in the original first equation. Well, let's write down the original first equation. 3x plus 6y equals 42. Now you cannot substitute this in for y into the second equation because basically you're just substituting it back into itself and you're not going to get any sort of solution that way. So if you looked at the prep for 410 video, we practiced what we're about to do quite a bit, didn't we? All right, so we are going to substitute in just as they told us to. We have that's the 3x plus 6 times y equals 42. So they told us to substitute this negative 2x plus 16 in for y. Well, that's all they wanted us to do right now. 12 says, solve the resulting equation for x. Oh, they had asked us how many variables are in the resulting equation. Well, if you look around, all we see are an x here and an x there. All right, now number 12, let's go ahead and solve this equation up here. And so we get 3x plus, let's not put plus quite yet, okay? Because when I distribute the 6 to the negative 2x, I get minus 12x, and then plus 96 equals 42. All right, so let's go ahead and combine our like terms right here, 3x minus 12x, and that gives me negative 9x, plus 96 equals 42. Next, let's subtract this 96 from both sides. And that gives us negative 9x equals negative 54. Now let's divide both sides by negative 9. I get x is equal to 6. Now remember, our solution is an ordered pair, and we are halfway there yet, okay? So I have to substitute this 6 in for, I think it'd be easier to substitute it in for the x, where I have y equals negative 2x plus 16. So y equals negative 2 times 6 plus 16. So y equals negative 12 plus 16. Well, negative 12 plus 16 is 4. All right. Then it says, did you end up with the same solution you got from graphing? I would say yes, and from the table. The method that we use to solve this system is called substitution, because what makes it work is substituting a new name for one of the variables that leaves an equation with only one variable. Now I'm going to leave this up here, and I'm going to look at the did you get it on page 429. It says, try this problem to see if you understand the concept we just studied. I'm going to go ahead and write down the system. So step 1 says, solve one of the equations for one of the variables. You can choose either equation and either variable, but it's almost always worth thinking about a choice that makes it less likely you'll end up with fractions. Well, I think that this equation right here is going to be really easy to solve for y. So I will do that right now, and I'm going to add my 4x to both sides. So my new equation is going to be y equals 4x minus 6. So step 2 says substitute the result of step 1 for the variable you solved for in the other equation. The result is an equation with only one variable. So what I'm going to do is I will substitute 4x minus 6 in for the y of this equation up here. Okay? All right, let's give that a whirl. So 4x plus 3 times something equals negative 2. And that something is a 4x minus 6. All right, well, let's do our magic here. 4x plus 12x minus 18 equals negative 2. This right here gives me 16x minus 18 equals negative 2. Let's add that 18 to both sides. And I get 16x equals 16. Divide both sides by 16. I get x equals 1. Now remember how we said that we know that we are only halfway finished, that the solution to a system of equations is an ordered pair. That means we need to figure out what y is, don't we? Well, I already know that x is 1. It'd be very nice to substitute the 1 in for x right there. So y equals 4 times 1 minus 6. So y equals 4 minus 6. Y is negative 2. All right, let's make sure we're okay. Let's check our solutions. Okay, so 4 times 1 plus 3 times negative 2. Is that equal to negative 2? Yes. Let's try the other one. Y is negative 2 minus 4 times 1 equals negative 6. So is this equal to negative 6? Yes. So clearly 1, negative 2 is our solution.